Wednesday. Well, today, what are we doing today? I'm going to check a few things out. We are going to probably end up pruning some of our watermelon and might defoliate a few peppers, might check out our cucumbers and do a little bit of pruning. Well, now that I'm doing watermelon, I'm seeing so many YouTube videos that are recommended that pop up about watermelon and the importance of pruning it and keeping it under control because it does grow like crazy. So, I'm just gonna get myself set up here. I also brought some water down. So I filled the buckets this morning with 20 liters of water. I added in 1 tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide per jug. So 5 jugs total, 5 tablespoons of hydrogen peroxide. So now I'm gonna add in 1 ml per liter of the CalMag. And then we're gonna do some bloom later on. What's up, ProPyro? Happy Wednesday. How's your week going so far? Hope you're having a great week. Shout out to ProPyro. You're always the first one here. Appreciate you. If you guys haven't already, go check out his YouTube and subscribe. He's got some cool stuff going on. It is very hot outdoors. It's extremely hot. I actually had to use some of my distilled water that's designated for the tent just to fill the, it's a cooling mat for dogs, and you fill it with water, and there's like a special foam inside the mat that when it's wet, it's cooling for your dog. And so my dog, she gets really hot summer, and it is already so freaking cold in the house that I had to use some of my distilled water for my dog. So hopefully I'll have enough water. I have no idea what you're asking, but that's an interesting question. Yes, so luckily I have a cooling mat for her because she needs it. She gets hot and she's got to stay cool because she's, she's a dog. She's furry. We got to keep her cool. Anyways, so my calcium. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cup. What's up, Dr. Danknugs? Happy Wednesday. How you guys doing? I hope everyone's having a great week so far. It's been a beautifully hot week. Oh, I actually have something really exciting to share with you guys. So, I had somebody reach out to me on Instagram. She lives in South Korea. She is trying to get her strawberry runners to grow, and she showed me a picture, and her husband have like this whole aeroponic setup in their apartment or their whatever, and her strawberry runners aren't growing. They look like this in the net pots. And so she asked me, what am I doing wrong? So I sent her a video yesterday of mine after I got the live, and I said, I think you're doing this wrong. I think you cut your runner before it rooted, and I think that's why it's not growing, right? Because what they did was they actually cut their runners, and then they put them into a net pot with hydroclay, and they were hoping that the roots develop, and they were the plant was just, the seedlings were just dying, the cuttings were dying. And so it is possible, like, look, cut this just as an experiment. I cut this, and we put it in the distilled water with a bit of nutrients, and there is a root starting to form. So it's not impossible. You just have to remove thing that's going to impede the moisture getting to that runner, to that growth node. The growth node has to stay saturated in order for the roots to produce. Otherwise, you've just got a runner with no roots. And so when you put hydroclay, if it's not sticking out the bottom, even if the growth node is sticking out the bottom of the net pot, it won't be saturated enough because it's just getting misted periodically. So I explained to her that you're actually going to have to root your runners and then you cut them. So I showed her what we did with the root ball. And so that led me to opening the root ball, and I'm going to show you guys. We're going to look at that today because we've got roots. So we've applied the strawberry plant. We are going to, oh yeah, sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Death Squad, how did your board meeting go? Hopefully everything went great. Good memory, Pro Pyro. You guys are so thoughtful in this chat. Wow, you guys are awesome. Happy hump day to you too, Dr. Dank Nugs. Thank you for being here. Thai says, like, if I was the size of an ant next to you, what would happen to me? You'd probably get stepped on. I don't know. Like, what do you mean, what would happen to you? That's a random question. But, speaking of, okay, so Death Squad said, I give you props for figuring out how to root those runners. The arrow setup, it's easy to do with soil, but definitely more work with arrow and hydro for sure. Yeah, so that's the thing is, I can root it if I keep the growth node wet and saturated and covered with something or submerged water. But what this woman was doing with her husband, they were jutting the runner and sticking it in the hydroclay. And so even though the hydroclay is porous and it holds a lot of moisture and it does stay saturated to a certain degree, it's not enough. If the growth node stuck in the center of the net pot and then you got tons of hydroclay around it, that periodic misting isn't going to be enough. And even if it is going to take time, you're going to have to give it a lot of time. So I actually might send her an update today and just say, okay, so it's not that the roots won't grow at all. They will. It's just going to take a lot of time. So this is 1 week it's been in here. And we're just starting to see some roots. And we did it on the same day that we put the root ball on. So I'm going to show you guys the difference in roots. So this was on the same day that we tried rooting the runner with the root ball. And you're going to see the difference in roots. That is going to be very cool to see because that's a great way of just expediting the propagation process. It went well, no issues at all, says Death Squad. Great! I'm so happy that everything went smoothly. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out with me. What's up, Brian C? I'm not gonna lie, there are certain irritants in my life, and sometimes they don't come up at all, and sometimes they come up out of nowhere when life has been going great. And so I've had a bit of an irritant come back up for me after a little while. And I felt super freaking pissed this morning. And I was like, ugh! But now that I'm on the live and I'm hanging out with you guys, I feel better now. So thank you. You guys are awesome. This community calms me the F down. Well, this tend to, these plants. There's something so calming about this garden that... I feel better now. Have you guys watched Laurel and Hardy? If you have, he goes, I'm better now. Even though he's really not better now. But yeah, I feel better now. So thanks, guys. So yeah, today, last night, I left that stupid light on again on the seedling station, and the freaking eggplant seedlings completely dried out. So this morning I went to go saturate the paper towel again and hope they'll keep growing, but so that's another irritant in my life. That's the way my day started. So I started off irritated. I felt good yesterday that I had a quick save and I was able to rebound those seeds, and now we might have to start some new ones. So that might be what's up for tomorrow's live. Tomorrow's live is going to be earlier than normal, by the way. Yeah, everyone sends some prayers for the seeds. And yes, Brian C, hydration is very important. So one of the challenges I have when you're germinating seeds, oftentimes they require heat. So I put the sprouting tray on a heating pad. But then also I've learned that they do require a little bit of oxygen. But you can't do both at once and then tend it. If I crack the tray and it's on a heating pad, it's gonna dry out. So I passed out last night and I woke up at like 2 in the morning and I was like, and then I'm like, just go back to bed and it'll be what it'll be. So then I woke up at 5 and then I went to spray it. But, you know, just when you think you're getting ahead, it's okay. We'll take the L if it happens, you guys. But yeah, today, prune a little bit of the watermelon. We will check out our cucumbers because there's a lot growing, you guys. I got a 3rd or 4th, maybe it's actually a 5th person comment on my, because I posted on Instagram this morning my latest update for the new cucumbers that we transplanted. And somebody commented saying that they've got outdoor cucumbers and they've only seen maybe one all season and they've only got male flowers and they're really, really struggling. So I don't know what is going on with the great outdoors, but definitely having some issues with the pollinators, you guys. So if you see a bee today, thank it. Just gonna make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi here. Hang tight. Yes, I am. Propyro, you're probably right. It could be like what I was saying, some kind of nutrient deficiency that's causing or that's not allowing the pollen, or not not allowing for pollen production, and then it's not attracting the pollinator, you know? Because you can have all the flowers and plants you want, but if there's no pollen, pollinators don't give a crap. They're gonna move on. Okay, Death Squad says, so my aunt lives in New Jersey and they're also struggling with cucumbers this year. They've never had issues before and I'm having no issues. So it definitely is strange. Yes, so maybe it is an environmental thing with the soil, like Propyro's suggesting. Same with my friend, and he lives the road from me. I wonder if you can do, I'm sure there are ways to do like a soil analysis, or what about adding some kind of amendments to the soil to see if it can help. Germinate to seeds in a Ziploc gallon bag. The petals will not dry. You know what? I used to do that, and then I am just the worst. If I stay on top of this, I don't have an issue. It's because sometimes I can't hold myself accountable. It's been a busy week, and so sometimes I hold myself accountable to stay on top of certain things, and that's when stuff like my seeds happens. But I had a Ziploc bag with the paper towel and Tupperware then. Well, then it's pretty much the same thing as the sprouting tray, but it's only because I'm leaving it cracked. That's the only thing. If I leave the humidity dome closed, I don't have the problem. It's because I leave it cracked, because when I introduce a little bit of oxygen, I find that the seeds grow or germinate faster. But back to the Ziploc bag, it is such a fantastic idea. It does not dry out, but because it stays moist for so long and I don't do a good job at opening, check it, it grows mold, even with cinnamon. So just a disaster when it comes to starting seeds. Once they reach a certain point, then I feel like, okay, I'm out of the woods, I got this, I can keep this alive. But a lot of the time I can't. And so when I'm starting seeds, that's definitely something I have to hydrogen peroxide. I do. It's got some nutrients in it and some hydrogen peroxide. I still have the freaking challenge. And you know why? It's probably a user error. It's probably me. I need to know what I'm dealing with. It's not often that I'm starting seeds. So when I am, I just need to give them a little bit more attention. I started off great. It's just because I have so much growing now that I'm like, we're good, and I'm not putting too much attention into the seeds. But it's like kids, right? If you don't put the most emphasis on when they're young, you're gonna F them up when they're older, or they might not even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So rather than putting more care into the things that are already thriving, I still need to do that and neglect that. However, I've got to put the babies first, man. It's all about the babies. Death Squad says it could be the soil. Honestly, have no idea. Yale University, about 30 minutes away from me, offers free soil analysis. Wow! You know what? I should look into that. I'm so curious about my soil, even though I just grow flowers. Brian C., who said it? That is going to be the takeaway from today's live. Accountability. Accountability makes the world go round. And if you don't know how to hold yourself accountable, bye. I'm just kidding. Hey, the moment we've been waiting for. All right, so everybody say hello to EE. EE was in the chat yesterday, and they made a suggestion. They suggested that if you stand 3 to 6 inches away from a tree and you talk to it and you try to connect with it and you tell the branch to move closer to you or up and down or side to side, well, I will tell you that I did try it. I tried it both in an outdoor tree on my front lawn as well as an indoor tree in the home. Neither of which worked. I'm like, is it working or isn't it? And I probably looked like a freaking crazy, but then I saw on YouTube that there are people that are like, did you see it move? Did you see it move? So you were right in a sense that like, it is a thing. It is a real thing. I just don't know if I'm doing it right or not. Like, was I talking loud enough? Was I not speaking softly enough? Did I need to say it in a certain tone? What's up, Mia Lifestyle? Good afternoon. Thank you for hanging out. So for those of you guys that just joined, EE is with us today, and they suggested that if I stand next to a tree 3 to 6 inches away and I talk to it and try to get the branch to move closer to me or move at all, that it should work. And it could be because even though obviously I was being intentional, maybe it's because I was trying it like with the ulterior motive of bringing it to the live, and maybe the tree knows that. I don't know, but the tree can feel energy, right? Brian C says it, the energy, we're all energy. So absolutely, I believe that trees have power. I don't doubt that for a minute. I would definitely hug a tree for its grounding properties and all that, but I'm still keeping an open mind. Like a little animal or child. And I'm Eric. Hey Eric, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna try it again today, and you know what I'm gonna do? No, what? We should do it on tomorrow's live. Tomorrow's live is gonna be a little bit earlier than usual, by the way. I mean, I feel like it should be an intimate moment between me and the tree with nobody watching. But what does a tree and a human have most in common? Both alive. Absolutely. And a river horse. Oh, that's not. Oh, a river horse. Sorry. Wow. Punching trees is kind of not really. I like hugging trees. But yes, and I've also seen a lot of things online that the anatomy of a tree is similar to like how our veins and our, what do you call it? Our circulatory system. It's similar to how roots look. I don't know. There's so many parallels between humans and trees. But yeah, for me, I definitely been it. I'll have to. He must be a lumberjack, yeah, or just have a pretty bad temper. Death Squad says, I just read something about the fungal network last night. It's all about how fungi and plants communicate through fungal network from my understanding. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. If you have any resources for Death Squad, please DM me on Instagram. Eric says, you stand by a branch that is above your shoulder near your face. I did that. Wondering, first I started it off indoors at my house, and because of a tree, I think it's like a money tree or something, but I stood like literally right in front of it, and I was like, hi, can you move me? And I stood there for maybe 5 minutes trying it. First I introduced myself to the tree. I talked a little bit first before trying to go right to it. Got a finesse situation, but it didn't. I mean, it's hard to say. Like sometimes, like, did it move? But it could be your eyes playing tricks on you. So if any of you guys have tried it, drop it in the comments. I'm super curious. But I'm gonna try it again later today. I'm gonna go back outside. Actually, you know what? I go for a walk every day at like 5 in the morning, and nobody's out except for the foxes and the bunnies, sometimes a coyote. But I am going to do that first thing in the morning, and nobody will be there to watch me, so I won't feel embarrassed. And I'm gonna try it again, and we'll see. because I love the connection between humans and nature. So yeah, me a lifestyle only plant. Oh my gosh, you guys, and this only plants thing, you see what I started? Please nourish your split ends. I know, I need some help. It's not split ends, it's just free. I got frizzy hair, so somebody help me. I'll just chop them all off. Just ask it to come closer and touch your face or shoulder. Okay, so tomorrow if I show up with just scratches everywhere, you guys know why. I got into a fight with a tree. You should have seen the other guy. Pro Pyro says, funny how it all comes together. Absolutely, it's fascinating. I do leave-in conditioner. It is just frizzy, you guys. It looks like split ends, but I tell you it's not. So it's like so humid in the garden that it just happens, you guys. But I can't help it. Now you sound like my grandma. Cut your hair, fix your hair. Somebody says, no, your ends look amazing. Okay, this is about plants, you guys, not hair. The hair we're gonna talk about is root hairs, and we got a lot of those happening. So I'm gonna take you guys on the tent tour now. And but yes, the humidity does it for sure. You know, curly hair and humidity is not compatible. All right. Did we kill them? I mean, it was still green. Oh, I didn't kill him. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one definitely grew since this morning. You could see the end is a little scorched, but also just FYI, you guys, I like, even if it, anyways, yeah, this is about plants and stuff. So I really don't care what I look like I do to a certain degree, but you know what I mean? We're just all hanging out talking about plants. The plants don't care what my hair looks like. So, ha. Anyways, so there we go. That one's even more green than it was this morning. So I think we've got life still. So for those of you that joined, I germinate my seeds in a sprouting tray. I usually leave the humidity dome on, but I find that the seeds actually germinate faster when you periodically introduce a little bit of oxygen. And so I put it on the heating pad and I cracked the dome lid, and I completely let the seeds dry out overnight, and it really screwed up my germination process. So I'm happy to see that the ones that started germinating are still alive, but James says, no one cares what your hair looks like except that guy. Well, good, because I don't care and you guys shouldn't care either. Can we grow plant like in cotton hydroponics? Alexa, can you grow cotton in hydroponics?
From epicgardening.com. It grows incredibly well in several hydroponic systems.
Okay, so yes, you can grow cotton in hydroponics. Wow, cool. We should try it. Oh, I have some cool idea we will be trying in the next grow. Some very cool stuff that I have not seen done yet. So now I'm on a kick where I'm like, what can we grow that's never been done aeroponically? But yes, continuing the the tent tour. So those were eggplant seeds. They're germinating. We're waiting. We have space in our second bucket system that we're going to be filling. We've got some bolted lettuce here, but we're eating it daily and it still tastes great. When it's bolted, it means that it starts growing vertically like this, and it's ready to go to flower because of hot temperatures. So when you see the leaves start to change shape, we're not there yet, but they start to get pointy at the top. So we're not quite there yet. But you'll know when you've got bolted romaine lettuce. You can definitely tell, and it tastes like crap. We got a lot of sage, which I think I'm actually going to plant in my outdoor garden. I think it's going to help with the Japanese beetles, you guys. By the way, speaking of trees, what's the proper etiquette? I've got a neighbor. They've got a huge tree. It is infested with Japanese beetles, and the tree is leaning over on my backyard over my flower garden. And I've got tons of Japanese beetles now over my flower garden. And the one branch is kind of like hovering over their fence. So is it on their property? Is it on my property? I don't know. But like, can I just saw those branches off and not get in trouble? Or do I need to tell my neighbor first? What do you guys think? Let me know. because I'm curious. Because that's crappy, you know? Like now I have a whole, I love the tree. It's a beautiful tree. But now I have a whole section of my backyard that's completely shaded, and it would be perfect for a second, third, or fourth flower bed or garden bed. But yeah, that, I don't know what to do. So you guys let me know what you think. Les the Tomato Whisperer, what's up? Do I freeze dry the extra? I don't know if you're asking about the extra romaine lettuce. I've never tried freeze dried romaine lettuce, but I definitely started following Harvest Right on Instagram. So if anybody knows anybody at Harvest Right, you know, send them my way. Tell Fresh Princess needs a freeze dryer to keep her stuff fresh. We got some parsley, some basil. Gonna be harvesting some more romaine tonight. Thanks for joining, Les. Les says, had to go outside to see if my tomato plants had done anything new in the last hour. LOL, that's like me every 5 minutes. All right, so we've got our parsley tower here. Tons of curly leaf parsley. It's starting to look so nice and lush, and I'm really looking, I haven't even tasted it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely got to clean up a little bit of this algae mess here. Look at this lettuce, you guys. The green tower is really starting to fill out. We're at the 4-week mark, and that is so fast. Like so fast. Look at that. Right? So just for size reference, it's like bigger than my face. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. And we got some nice roots. Love it. Oh, sorry. Camera issues. All right. Beautiful. Can't wait. So this is just regular leaf lettuce. I do have some romaine as well. So that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. We also have some blushed butter oak lettuce here, which looks beautiful. Whatever overhangs into your yard past the fence can be cut off. Well, today's chopping day, guys. All right, tomatoes are doing great. So I harvested a bunch last night. I had some in my salad, but I've got to figure out a way to get them to ripen faster. So if you guys have any tips to get these ripe quicker, you let me know. So I'm just showing you guys / clocking all the clusters just so that I know. I got, oh yeah, I forgot to do the calcium. All right, we're gonna have to do that in a minute. We'll do it after the tent tour. All right, so cucumbers, you guys, the cucumbers are cucumbering. They're just looking so good. Look at this. Yesterday I showed you guys and it was just so much smaller. So yeah, it's like longer than my finger now. And yeah, it's like just larger than my finger. It's quite big. And I've got so many growing in there that have been successfully pollinated. Check out this one, you guys, growing bigger by the minute. So I'm going to show you, this is what a cucumber looks like if it has not been pollinated correctly. It gets all shriveled up and loses pretty moisture content. It's this one here, and this one here, and this one here that have all been successfully hand pollinated. So very exciting stuff. I know about these, like this one right here and that one right there, but see, a river horse says, I like the way your tent is set up. It's inspiring. Thank you so much. That's why I want to be able to share it with you guys, because even if you don't get to have a setup like this, you can hang out in mine anytime you want. And hopefully we can learn from each other. Okay, our zinnia flowers. So for those of you that don't know what zinnias are, these are them. I've been harvesting them. So the one that's really light in color, that one right there, is about a month old. And these two were harvested 2 weeks apart. So they're cute. They're on the smaller side. I grow them outdoors, but I'm trying to do a little testing to see what grows better, aeroponically or outdoors in soil. Good afternoon, Roberto. Wow, Lake Como, Italy. Never been to Italy. specifically never been to Lake Como, but I hear it's just absolutely gorgeous. So welcome. Okay, so those are our zinnia plants. They're looking great, and we've got some more blooms waiting to open. These are dahlia flowers. I'm just experimenting. This is a cutting that we transplanted yesterday or 2 days ago, and we got some crazy roots going on. Strawberry plant is doing so well. Look at those big, lush green leaves. I did take some time to pollinate this second flower that opened yesterday. This is my first, so far it's successful. This is my first successful strawberry plant. Got 2 new flowers on the way, one that is open and one that I don't know. This morning I looked at it and I'm like, I'm not sure if we pollinated it correctly. I can't tell. It doesn't look like it's getting bigger, but it also, like, is it drying up? Do you guys see that? So I think they're called stigmas. I forget, but it's part of the pistils, or maybe those are the pistils. I don't know. The pistil is this part, the center part here, but there's little bits here that kind of look like they're drying up. You see how I just showed you guys what an unsuccessfully pollinated cucumber looks like? Like right here, see how it's shriveled, right? So that's what might happen to our strawberry if it's not pollinated correctly. So I'm gonna just take you guys around. We're gonna take a little better look here. What do you guys think? Does it look bigger than yesterday, if you guys remember? Does it look like it's gonna turn into a strawberry, or does it look like it might shrivel up and die? And is it drying up, or is it turning red? I can't tell. What do you guys think? I want to know. I mean, it looks like a baby strawberry, which is the furthest I've ever gotten with an aeroponic strawberry plant. So I'm pretty proud. Okay, all I see is Carly Cucumber. I'm like, oh God, what are you guys talking about? ProPyros, 14 watching, 7 likes. Y'all got a chance to smash that like button. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your support to everyone, but thank you, ProPyro, for shouting that out. I'll do some, Les says I'll do some graphics for an only plant. We need female account names for the plant. How about Carly Cucumber? LOL. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Tomato booty. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. So for those of you that just joined, we do a lot of hand pollination here, and I always say that, you know, you've got to fertilize the female portion of the flower or the female flower with the male flower, and you're pretty much making your plants have sex. And then we all started joking around, instead of OnlyFans, it's Only Plants. And how funny would it be to have an OnlyFans page dedicated to hand pollination? I think that'd be freaking hilarious. So a little bit of context for those of you that are new to the party. But actually, you know what, you guys? If you look at the pistils, so that yellow dome-like center part here, it's not super did. Hang on, let me try to. I mean, it kind of is. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to justify that the strawberries. So it is dome-like, but it doesn't look as pointed as this one right here. So maybe it is developing in shape. Anyways, whatever, we'll see. And then I got a watermelon, sugar baby watermelon. It's doing super well. It's actually starting to get quite a bit of weight to it, but it's looking good. We got little trichomes on it. And our second melon, I don't know what's going on. It is growing. It's just growing at a much slower rate. But these are sugar baby watermelons. So this one, again, it's still like the size of a golf ball. And it's looking really, really good. Yeah, for those of you that have been following along, it is looking bigger every day. But today we're going to take care of things like this. There is a sucker growing, and I need to get rid of that because we want to redirect all the energy to the watermelon, right? Real quick before I forget, with the strawberry update, yesterday somebody reached out to me asking for strawberry help, propagation help, and so I ended up opening a root ball just to take a video for them, and we actually do have roots forming. So we're going to open that up in a minute, and I'm going to show you ProPyro says, perhaps an idea, the website you are making could have a viewer picture upload section so it becomes a timeline which only grows. Cool. Plot of land, cows, and chickens, grow your own party theme. Exactly. That would be hilarious. And then this little guy, it's not really growing. It's not drying up and getting smaller. But jackashes to get a bra for the watermelon. I was thinking more of a jock strap, something to support it. And then I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, there's the watermelon, but that's a tomato. And then I've got another baby one here. Look, you guys, got our first Chinese 5-color pepper ripening. So it's starting to turn yellow. So the interesting thing about this plant is a lot of plants, obviously you only get one color per plant. So for example, my orange tomatoes, that plant is gonna have only orange tomatoes. I'm doing a bad job at showing you guys. It's only gonna have orange tomatoes, right? You're never gonna see a plant that's got like orange, red, yellow, purple or whatever on one, except these Chinese 5-color peppers, because they grow, they're an ornamental pepper plant and they grow quite abundantly. They all go through different, the ripening stage at different times. Therefore, they go through a series of 5 colors through the ripening stage. And so you get all 5 colors on the plant at once. And it's absolutely striking. So they start off as purple. The plant has started off like this with just all purple peppers. And I've been really, really excited to begin to see more color. And so it's turning yellow, and from yellow, it's going to turn to orange, and from orange to red. So you're going to have a kaleidoscope of 5 different colors all at once, which is beautiful. Our second Chinese 5-color pepper plant is massive. It's really getting height. I should really get my measuring tape and measure it for you guys. There it is. So she's huge. And the peppers are spicy and stunning, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And there's so much pollen being produced. Look at that leaf. That's all. It looks like icing sugar. And if I just shake the plant, you just get tons of pollen falling everywhere. Yeah, you guys want me to try out the square box for the square watermelon. You know what? Let me just get a watermelon first, and then we can F around with different shapes and have fun with it. I still have yet to get one, right? So I just want to get one, but we're definitely going to do some fun stuff. I'm going to get a crown shape mold and a crown watermelon for TFP. Look at our jalapenos, you guys. I think I'm going to have to start harvesting. I've got an abundance. When I say abundance, I'm not kidding. There's a lot of peppers growing on this one plant, like a lot. I have not an account, so I have no clue how many, but there are a lot. And moving down the line, bell peppers, got some more flowers happening, some more stuff growing. Our bell peppers, so trying to get the largest aeroponic bell peppers as possible and making sure they've got some bag appeal, right? So wonder what color these are going to be. We've got some over here. Look at the size of one. And I've got a beautiful one that's ripening into a striking yellow. Look at that. So that's our first one that's ripening. It is beautiful. So Death Squad is asking, how much bigger do the peppers get? As soon as you start to see them change a color, even slightly, as soon as they start changing color, that's when they've stopped growing in size. So this one over here, it's still growing in size, believe it or not. Eventually, oops, are you guys still there? I almost canceled the stream. Anyways, so it's still growing in size, and it's almost exceeding the size of my hand. That is huge. Wow. So for size reference, I mean, it's not like I have huge hands, but that is like from the store. So my last row, the bell peppers that I was growing were like, I don't know, 1 inch by 2 inches. They were so tiny. And so I'm really, really excited that these are quite large. Now, the only challenge is that there aren't many peppers growing per plant, because I think the size of these ones is kind of sucking all the energy out, but maybe we'll increase the nutrients and see if that helps. Poblano peppers. My phone is zoomed in. Better now? Are we good? All right. So here we have poblano peppers. Oh, shoot. I don't know how to change. Oh, it's still not good? Shoot, guys. How zoomed in is it? Like, how bad? I accidentally exited the screen on my phone and then I came back in and I don't know what I did. Full face cam. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to, hang on. I might lose you guys. Hang on. Yeah, I can't. Okay, so now it's probably just zooming in even more. Yeah, I don't know why. Turn the camera off and I'll turn it back on. How about now? It worked? What about my face? Is it super zoomed in? I'm scared. Oh no. All right. Okay, guys. Maybe I'll just exit it again. Oh boy. The inside of my eyeballs. All right. All right, guys. I don't want to turn the camera around. There's no reason why you need to see my face that close. I have a nice complexion. Thank you so much. I'm freaking all right, guys. I'm gonna have to probably hop off and hop back on. I'm gonna just do what I just did and maybe it'll undo it, okay? I'm just gonna exit YouTube and come back on maybe. Or I'll just shut my camera off again. If I lose you guys, I'll be back on in a sec and you come find me. Okay, I did the same thing. Did it work? Turn the camera off, turn it back on. Is it good now? Can you see up close and personal with Maggie? Oh God. All right, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'm good? Yeah, but what about the front camera? Oh! All right, well, if anything, we'll just use the reverse camera. Oh, good. All right, cool. We fixed it. Turn it on and off again, right? All right, guys. So I apologize for you guys having to see my face up close, that close. But it's okay. We get real close in these lives, right, you guys? All right, so poblano, they're 3 inches. We want to wait till they're another few inches before we harvest. 6 to 8 inches as per Krogan. Anyway, so that's it for the tent tour. Now, we're going to check our strawberries in the root ball. I want to show you guys because we finally have roots. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee first. All right. So, I should bring my tripod with me because I want to show you guys the progress. So for those of you that just joined, we've got our strawberry runner that is still attached to the plant. We've got a root ball around it. I'm just going to put some gloves on. We've got a root ball around it, and inside the root ball is a polyurethane sponge that is saturated with just a little bit of nutrients and hydrogen peroxide and distilled water. And we are trying to propagate it. So we're going to open it up. You know, it was a really cool feeling. Somebody reached out to me yesterday and asked for help with their strawberries. I felt honored. So we did this last week. And again, this is a polyurethane sponge. It's 2 inches. We use it for seed germination, but last week we actually used it for sorry, I just got distracted because I'm looking at these roots. We used it to try to propagate our runner. So I had somebody reach out to me yesterday. They're trying to grow strawberries aeroponically and they couldn't because they're cutting the runners before they root. So if you guys are trying to propagate strawberry plant, you need to root the runner at the growth node first if you want the plant to have very good odds at surviving. You can root a runner in just water as well without waiting till the roots grow before you cut it, but it does take much longer. So we cut this runner same day that we put that one in the root ball, and this one is just in distilled water with the same solution that's saturated the. So it's just a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, 3%, and some 7,4,10 grow from GH. And the strawberry's still wilted. It's growing up, it's green, and we've got just a little bit of roots. So I'm gonna take you guys back over to the root ball. Palmetto says, that's a clever channel name. Thank you so much. So yeah, same day, same amount of time, and look at the roots we've got on this runner. So what we can actually do now is we can cut the runner and we can officially separate this from the plant. It's a faster way of doing it if it's still connected to the plant. So I don't know, should we I want to know what you guys think we should do. Should we let the roots get a little bit longer, or should we cut it right now and get it into this foam collar? What do you guys want me to do? I'm curious. So drop it in the chat. We can have a vote. Everyone drop 1 or yes in the chat if you want me to move it now, and no if you think I should let the roots grow. Has anyone ever trained a dog to get money? I mean, yeah, people do it all the time with show dogs. Then they get prizes, they get money. Bless the Tomato Whisperer says, let the roots go a little more. Death Squad says, I'll keep going. All right, guys, maybe we'll let it keep going then. Death Squad and Les have spoken. But Les, the Tomato Whisperer, so what the heck do you know about strawberries? I'm just kidding. All right, so we're gonna make sure. Oh, we've even got roots growing up here. Do you guys see that? It's because I don't know if you guys remember, this shifted when I clipped it on, and so the sponge wasn't even on the growth node, and we've actually got roots growing on a stem, which is wild. All right, so we're gonna close that back up, and actually, now knowing that it works, I've got space to do it here. As you guys can see, I have another growth node right here. So I think we'll add another root ball to it. I think I still have the root balls here. That way it's gonna expedite the process. You know, the faster we get tomato plants in here, or tomato plants, sorry. Faster we get more strawberry plants in here, the faster our dreams strawberry tower will come true. And the goal is to fill up that yellow tower with just all strawberries. So I'm gonna also obviously let this go. The roots are so tiny, but you guys see the difference? How crazy that is? What a difference. Light on top, water on bottom. Got it. Yes. All right. Pruning. All right, so first I'm gonna add in, I've got to add some CalMag to the reservoir. I'm actually going to get, okay, hang tight guys, I'm going to get a cup. It's going to make it easier. Go anywhere. So I already added all my water in this morning into the bucket system and hydrogen peroxide. So I'm just going to add some CalMag. We're gonna let that circulate for like half an hour, and then I'll add a bloom. I mean, a river horse. Where are the practical ideas? I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here, and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Roots doesn't matter what the plant is. Change the water every 2 to 3 days. Yes. Last time I grew like this, it wasn't exactly legal. LOL. Yes, I know. Most people in this community are encouraging me to grow cannabis, but I might just stay in my lane, you guys. That's what I've learned as I'm getting older. Not that I'm old, but as I'm getting older, I'm learning sometimes it's okay to stay in your lane, but only for a short time, because you don't want to be stagnant in life. How often do you add CalMag to your system? Every time I add more water. So I added 20 liters of water. I just do 1 ml per liter. I should have added in some water first. Oh well. Sometimes I don't think things through when I just do it, and then I'm like, oh, shouldn't have done that. But you live, and sometimes you learn, and sometimes you just don't. You just repeat mistakes, but that's okay. All right, so 20 mils of calcium for 20 liters of water. I'm just adding a little bit of water here to make sure it's mixed. And then we're gonna add that in our reservoir. Elkanah content, what is up? We are just getting started. Despite having already been here for an hour, I don't know how to shut up. I talk way too much, and so we find ourselves just in the middle of the live. Because I still have pruning to do. Well, less to do now that we're not going to move the strawberry, but I'm just going to dump this in the reservoir, and we're going to let it circulate. I got to get one of those, like, whoa, those fancy syringes that people have to properly measure their nutrients. I use measuring spoons, and measuring spoons are for solids, right? They're not for liquid. I just plant June bearing and ever bearing in beds and let it do its thing. It's not as productive methods, but it's very passive. Yes, these ones are ever bearing strawberries. Yes, I'll do it when I'm ready, but I will for sure. Like, I'll definitely try it, and I have help too. I actually have like family members and stuff that do grow, and so I've got tons of resources at my disposal, and then I've got this whole community. But that's kind of why I'm like, you guys do what you do, that I'm like, oh, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to touch that, because it's a learning curve. And when I look back at my first grows with food, and I haven't even been doing this long, I'm like, oh my gosh, so crazy watching myself before I learned anything. And so I'm ready to do that to myself again. I don't know, but that's how you learn and grow, right? You make yourself uncomfortable. So maybe the learning curve is what I need, because right now I'm just cruising. Like, I have a few different learning curves with the strawberry, the hand pollination, and with the watermelon, but it's not going to feel as intimidating as cannabis, that's for sure. But when I do it, I'm going to tell any of you. I'm just going to keep it in an isolated section of the tent. I do it, and then when I have the best freaking looking plant ever, then I'm going to be like, look what I did, you guys! Surprise! Maybe I really do have a green, or maybe not. I think green thumb is just another word for consistency. Mistakes are lessons. Absolutely, Elkanah content. That's literally the way I learn. I don't research. I just F up, and then every time I'm able to learn and grow from it. Palmetto says, people, they need a green thumb, but they just need some green habits. Absolutely, that is so well said. A good habit makes for a good garden. Death squats, you've proven to yourself before that you can overcome issues, which is great. Yes, except it was uncomfortable for sure going through that learning curve. Jay says, may I suggest just a single auto in the corner? Grow dots recharge cocoa. I mean, sure, you can suggest that, and I could try it. That's what I was thinking, was like, keep it isolated area, just one, like less is more, right? With the cucumber plant, I'm only growing one and I was successful. So I wouldn't do more than one, but that is a great suggestion. I'm open to any and all suggestions. I definitely want to learn how to grow everything just to say I did, you know? What's my light schedule? So that's a tricky one right now because my light schedule is 14:10 and I have things in here that should be 12:12. So I kept it at 14:10 because it's actually producing fruit, is the stuff that, by the way, guys, I'm just pruning my watermelon plant. The stuff that needs 14:10 is the stuff that's giving me right now, so I'm not gonna rock the boat, but the seedlings in the second bucket system, which I forgot to show you again, they're definitely having a little bit of a hard time acclimating. I'll show you quickly right now, since you're all here with me, right next to it. So these are cucumbers, which are finally doing better. We got one that grabbed onto the trellis, aka I forced her onto it, and then these two are doing all right. I don't know, we've got something going on here. Nutrients, maybe. I started off with half the recommended amount because, I don't know, just starting them off slow. Our tomatillos are doing super well. They're growing quite quickly. The melons, I don't know. I got tempted yesterday and I pulled off the, what do you call it, the hull, the seed. And they're looking a little rough because obviously the leaves are exposed for the first time. But they're doing okay. So this is honeydew and this is cantaloupe. And they're bell peppers. Today's the day where I'm like, okay, I think they're acclimating. We've got a little bit of like yellowing, but these are looking so much better than these did at the beginning. So these, right at the beginning, any new leaves that were unfurling were already curling. They were kind of like this. Every single new leaf that I got was like that. So it's nice to see that this isn't the case here, but we are going to have to give the full recommended amount. The next time I fill these buckets, which will be probably in a day or so, we're gonna implement that because I think they need it when they're younger more than anything. All right, back to what we were doing. I'm the worst, you guys. Just honestly don't shut up. I can carry the live by myself, no problem. I got no problem talking. All right. So I'm just pinching off any new suckers before they actually become anything. I gotta be super careful, right? We don't want to F up and prune our actual watermelon stem, because when did I do that? I did that yesterday. Freaking cut off a stem that had growing tomatoes. Like, great freaking job, Natalie. All right, so that's this watermelon plant here. They're long and vining. I really have to be mindful when I'm following up the vine. So the suckers are, you got your main stem, you've got your fan leaf, you've got your tendril, and then you've got your flower. Anything else is a sucker, a side shoot. I get called suckers because they suck the energy. But yeah, I gotta figure out, I see so many people doing different things to support their watermelon. So maybe we'll do one with a sock, one with a pantyhose, and one with a little hammock that I created. And we'll see which method works best. And then eventually, you guys, I'll get a crate to grow it in so we can get some square watermelon. But you know what I've seen? I've been watching so many YouTube videos about growing watermelon, and every time there's an actual watermelon growing on the plant, the lower leaves start to kind of suffer. And I wonder what that is. Gotta look that up. All right, so which Oh, okay. We're gonna have to figure this out here. It's a little bit of a tangled mess. All right. Let's see here. So I've got my stem. So this is a side shoot right here. I want to get rid of that. Stop giving energy to the things that aren't serving on the plant. And just working my way up. So I got another side shoot here. Now I gotta be mindful. Don't cut the stem with the watermelon growing, Natalie. Because I am notorious for doing that shit. You guys have witnessed so many of my screw ups on these lives. Okay. So here's another side shoot right here. Don't drop pepper. Yeah, wouldn't you guys like that? For those of you that just joined last week, I accidentally cut off a pepper and this freaking chat manipulated me. I'm actually glad I did. It was really good. Right, so just pruning / tidying up our sugar baby watermelon. I've allowed plants that are vining like this to get out of control in the past. And once they get tangled and out of control, as you can see, it's already hard for me to just keep my eye on the main stem, prune any side shoots off. So you want to make sure that you're staying on top of it. Doing it weekly is a good practice. You don't want to stress your plant out either, but mine seems okay. I do it usually once a week. Just so some of these side shoots, they're still so small, it's easy to just pinch them off. So we got another one there. So these plants, like I said, they can get very out of control very fast. So you want to avoid that if possible. So here we got a side shoot, but I left it because I had a watermelon growing on it. But here, oh no, that's the main stem. Sorry, this is the side shoot. Whoa, dropped my phone. All right, so I'm just gonna clip that off. Oh, see, we got a tendril that grabbed on. Okay, so that's, oh, maybe that's why they're not growing. They're both on the same plant. Oh, we got 2 watermelons on the same plant. Maybe that's why they're taking so freaking long. All right, so that is, I'm trying to see here, which plant is which. All right, so this front plant here, this one here, this up here. Okay. I mean, maybe we should clip it. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna give it a few more days. All right, then that back one is here. We've got our watermelon growing on it. Okay, so this one just ends. I actually just cut that one, so it just ends. Yeah, that's it. All right, so that one's under control. Oh, we've got a side shoot here. So I don't know if you guys can see here. Let me move you. So you see that little watermelon right there. it's got a side shoot just growing below it. So we're gonna get that off. Hopefully it'll help. Let's, if anything, clip the lower melon off. They're probably drawing attention or energy from each other. Possibly, wouldn't you clip the one that's higher off? Mia Lifestyle, I've got a pretty good spice tolerance, but that was, and it was young. It didn't even reach its full spice level yet. So I'm pretty good with my spice. I like spice, but I think that changes as you get older. I think your tolerance changes. Actually, you know what? No, there's this guy, because after I read about Per X, I went on YouTube and there's this guy. I don't even think it's like legal. He got it in like some weird packaging, and I forget what the channel is called, but that's the YouTube channel. He tries all the spiciest peppers in the world. And so he tries Pepper X, which is, I think it's like 3.6 million Scoville units, which is insane. The one that I ate was between 30,000 and 50,000. So this guy, what he does is he taste tests his peppers, and I mean, I guess his chat, like his viewers know him, so they probably saw a reaction in him. I mean, to me, he looked so straight-faced. I was like, why isn't he reacting? This pepper is so freaking hot. All right, so this plant, we also ended it at the watermelon. So there's nothing except for one little side shoot growing, and we're gonna get rid of it. That way, it's just the watermelon solo dolo. Here are our cuttings. We should try to propagate one, even though we've got enough. So yeah, I think that's good for now. And then we're gonna get another root ball for our strawberry, and we're gonna get that done quickly, because why not start now, right? The quicker we put that root ball around our strawberry runner, the quicker we're gonna get more strawberry plants. And so I don't know if it's a bad time to do it, just because the plant is just starting to flower. So I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if it's gonna stress it out by cutting off runners right now, but whatever. Maybe it'll actually help redirect energy to flowering instead. It's the same with tomato and pepper plants. Chop the first flower and or fruit lower down. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that if you chop the lower one, or sorry, yeah. Huh. Very interesting. Death Squad says, I'm growing some super chilies. Ooh, and they're about 40,000 to 50,000 Scovilles when red. I tried an early pepper a few days ago, and boy, are they hot. Wow. So is that what early means? It means extra spicy? Because I have jalapenos, and the variety is called early jalapeno pepper. So I wonder what that means. All right. I don't have anything to soak my sponge right now, and I don't even have sponges here right now. So I'll probably have to get off the live and do it later, but it's okay. I will update you guys. So other than that, that's it for today. We pruned our watermelon. I'm gonna add some nutrients back into my reservoir shortly. Let me see. Hang on. Let me just try to get a sponge here, because I really want to do this ASAP. 1 second. Oh, I lied. I do. All right. So I'm just going to get a little bit of water. Actually, I'll just saturate this. So this is what I water my seedlings or even my germinating seeds with. It's just distilled water, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, and just a little bit of nutrients. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, this is a root ball. It's just plastic. It's 2 inches, and it is designed for rooting something. So I use a polyurethane sponge. I saturate it. I put it inside the root ball. We are going to pretty much wrap this around the growth node of a strawberry runner, encase it in the root ball, and within a phase we'll have roots, which is pretty exciting. So I just wanted to try one to start. We can see today that it's got some nice roots. So all right, guys, just lower you down. All right. So there it is. So I have my saturated sponge right here. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm gonna actually first just remove this leaf. So there's the growth node. I'm wrapping it in the sponge, and then we're going to use this root ball. So there's the openings on the root ball that allow for the stem to continue to grow even when it's closed. I should have clipped this plant or something to get these leaves out of the way, but that's okay. Now you can understand why the other one shifted. It's because it's kind of challenging to do without breaking off the stem. So I don't know if you guys were able to see that, but I'll just show you here. So there was a growth node there, or a runner. I wrapped it in a saturated sponge and put it in a root ball, and that's it, just to get roots. And then we're going to cut the runner and get more plants. So that's it, you guys. We did a lot today. Well, really not that much. We talked a lot today. But yes, thank you so much for hanging with me. Tomorrow's live will be a little bit earlier just because I have some stuff going on in the afternoon. But yes, tomorrow I will see you guys at probably 11 a.m. Ghosts are 1.4 billion, or 1.4 to 1.8 million. Wow. Yes, I can use actually a lot of these peppers in hot sauce. Ghost peppers have some really good taste. I know some of these peppers have great flavor, but because they're so spicy, it's challenging. I've grown them. My brother has a buffalo sauce business. Very, very cool. Nice. You should let us know the name of buffalo sauce. I love buffalo sauce. I'll support it. All right, guys. That's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys for listening to me. And sorry about the super close-up. Thanks for hanging in there. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll schedule the live probably at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I'll hop on quickly. Maybe we'll do a little pepper defoliation since we got a lot going on. But thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. Have a great day or morning wherever you're at. But have a good one, you guys. And thank you. I appreciate you.